Hello, my name's Toby, and thanks for tuning in for our Friday vlog. Inevitably, I'm going to start with what's happening on Tuesday afternoon. So hopefully when I say that, you recognise that the 3rd of September is our first learning half day. A really important moment in the organisational development of Ardash. A chance for you to meet with your colleagues, talk within a team, maybe have your team meet a similar team working somewhere else in the organisation. Time for you to maybe do your mandatory training. Chance for you to maybe deliver some training, deliver some knowledge that you want your colleagues to share. The point is you've got choices about how you use that time, but it is really important that you use that time. As I said last week, not to be forgotten, those people who are providing our Christmas Day service that afternoon, truly appreciated, and I very much hope that patients and partners will bear with us as we undertake our monthly and really important learning activities. I was going to make this blog a bit of a forward look for a few other dates, so mark in your card as it were. It's a bit early for Advent calendars, but nonetheless. By the time we get to September the 16th or there or thereabouts, we'll be back with flu season. Steve Forsyth, Sam Butcher and the team will be rolling out our flu campaign, and I haven't changed my aspiration for us to make sure that 3,000 people in our organisation receive a flu vaccination. I'm also really grateful to district nurses and general practitioners in Doncaster who are going to work together to see if we can deliver some flu vaccinations to housebound patients, as perhaps we used to do before the pandemic. Talk a lot about staff wellbeing in the NHS, don't we? Got to be honest, flu vaccination to me is a really important part of our duty of care to each other and of course to our patients. Then over the following few days in September, the National Staff Survey, annual staff survey, will roll out again. And of course I'm about to make a plea for you to consider filling it in, maybe draw your attention to the fact that in the learning half day on the 10th of October you might find 15 minutes to do that. But I wanted to explain why I think the survey fits into what we're trying to do right now here at Ardash. By the end of October, we will have rolled out something called Care Opinion across our organisation, and 300 of our colleagues are currently signing up to be reviewers in that process. In other words, to respond to the comments of our patients, their carers and others among the public in our communities. I want to put those two things together, the staff survey and Care Opinion, because as we go through 2025, what we're going to increasingly see is an organisation where how we manage teams, how we assess how teams are getting on, what sometimes in NHS management jargon is called performance, is not simply going to be a matter of the data on how many patients we're able to look after, or the data, more importantly, on the outcomes of our care, but it's also going to reflect how teams are getting on and the feedback from both our patients and from you. So my point, I guess, is that the staff survey is very directly going to feed into how this organisation is managed in a way it maybe hasn't before. And that's really, really important because we know from last year's staff survey that some things we do really well, but we also know there's some things we do that are not good enough and need to change. For example, colleagues from black and minority ethnic backgrounds told us about the discrimination that they experience often from line managers. A wholly unacceptable situation, and one we have been working and will continue to work to make a difference to and change. This year's staff survey will give us, if you like, a point in time as to how we're getting on, but regardless of what it says, whether it says we've made a real difference there or we haven't yet, we're going to stick with it and keep at it. And you know the work that's going on anti-racism in this organisation. So looking through September and October then, learning half day, flu vaccination, staff survey, the rollout of Care Opinion and the use as we go through 2025 of that feedback from both you as members of the team and from our patients to increasingly manage our services. Just one more, at the beginning of October we bring back face-to-face induction for new employees joining our organisation. It's going to be a little bit different. It's going to be over the course of a whole week because induction is really important, and it will take place in our local community because increasingly when people become new Ardashians, we want them to be not just familiar with our organisation but with the communities in which we work. There's still some autumn sunshine. I do hope you get a chance to enjoy it, and come Tuesday I'm crossing my fingers that the tech works, but most importantly let's learn as we go on Tuesday afternoon. Thanks a lot.